Hey guys, welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. Don here. Wanted to talk a little bit today. I had a meeting this morning with an insurance guy, and you might think this is weird why I'm talking to an insurance guy, but he has been in strategic coach. I've been in it for about 8 years. He's been in it for about 6 years, and we both have similar ideas about business and success, and I wanted to talk a little bit about them. But specifically, a marketing guy, and he has this neat system. So he does personal casualty, and so he's developed this system of sending out letters via Infusionsoft and follow-up. So let me kind of explain this marvelous system and kind of see if we can think about ways we could apply this to podiatry. So his main clients are people that, let's say they have a plumbing business or a landscape business, and they need to get clients to do business with them. And what he does is he has this method of searching out like a public database for all the companies, and then once he gets that, he can cross-reference it with how much they're paying on their current policy. So this is something that's public knowledge. Like their policy, let's say they pay, for example, $200,000 for a policy for insurance, all their insurances together. And then what he does is he has a letter that's automatically drafted to them 2 months prior to the renewal, because he says they're only receptive right before the renewal date, okay? Because they're always like every year they renewed. And so what he sends, he says, hey, did you know you're paying $204,000 for your insurance policy, and you're paying, let's say, 20% more than your other colleagues? And then he can actually show them or is it going to be a tough egg to crack paying, let's say it's 20%, so $40,000 down, because that's always 20% for the premium. And is it going to be tough for you to pay $40,000 and you could save 20%? Call us if you'd like to do that. So it's almost like he's able to read their minds within that industry. And people sometimes call him, he was saying, because they're like, hey, how did you know this information? And all this is public database information. And so what I liked about it is he is not just in Massachusetts, but he reaches out to people all around the United States. And he is able to get these big clients with like a letter sequence. So what he does is he sends a letter 60 days out, then it follows up with an email, and then another letter 30 days out. And he's able to get clients that bring in like $200,000 a year, and these are like recurring revenue type of things. And so I was trying to figure out, well, how in the world, like for us, who are the ones that continue to bring in revenue? And within my medical record, I use Athena. I'm able to pull a report on referring doctors, and there's certain doctors that are like that might see patients worth like $30,000 or $40,000 a year on, and other doctors that don't bring in as much. And really, the reason is because they're not thinking about us for all of their referrals, or they're not referring directly. And so that's what we're kind of trying to do with these newsletters, right? Putting it out to this list of 300, and then keep dripping and on them, meaning sending out monthly newsletters to get them to increase their referrals. But I don't know, I just thought it was really interesting this way that he's able to automate it using Infusionsoft to automate these letters and speak directly to them. So I don't know if there's a way we could find out, like, well, how many referrals did this doctor give, or who are they giving their current referrals to? And I thought about maybe we could call these other doctors that aren't high on my list and say, hey, do you actively, who do you actively refer your podiatry patients? Or do you have a preferred provider? And I know people these days, they don't like to refer directly to one, so they might give them 3 or 4 options of podiatrists. But just by doing a simple call, you could say, hey, who do you currently use? Or can I speak to your referral coordinator? If they don't have a referral, and then you could ask them, who do you currently send your referrals for podiatry to? Because a lot of times it might not even be coming from the doctor. It could just be coming from the practice. And so a simple method would be, you take that list of, like, I have the 300 doctors, you start out, up high, and you would ask to talk to the referral coordinator, and then just ask who are they currently sending referrals to for podiatry. And you don't even have to do this. So another way of doing this, or getting this done, you could use someone like Fancy Hands, and they could do these calls for you, right? They would call And you could have a simple spreadsheet, ask the referral coordinator who is their name if they have one, and then you could ask who they currently send their podiatry. I'm doing like a survey on who they're currently sending their podiatry referrals to. If they don't have anyone, that would be maybe an opportunity to set up an opportunity to know them or send them more information about who to refer to. Anyway, that was the idea from this talk with this insurance salesman that I talked to this morning. It's nice to have someone that's kind of marketing minded, and beyond that, he also had a lot of pieces that he sets out. One thing I thought was kind of neat. He publishes articles in trade publications. So for him, it would be within, let's say, workman's, an industry on landscape. So he would publish something about insurance for landscaping, and then he takes these articles and then he gives them to the clients. And so that's kind of a neat idea. Similarly, what I do with Podiatry Practice Mastery is I try to publish, like in Podiatry Management, giving them a good article. And then those articles, people will look at them once, but then you can get those articles and send them out to my list within Podiatry Practice Mastery to show a credibility. So are there other publications that you could put articles in, whether it be the local newspaper or a local journal or a health journal, and then give those out to the primary care doctors or your patients to increase credibility, and then reuse those as assets? How could you get that done? And he uses something called delegate solutions. So these articles, he used to tell his salespeople to write these articles, or wanted himself to write the article, but he never got it done. So with delegate solutions, what they do is they actually write the article for him. He gives some specific ideas of what a successful article would be about, like what's the industry, what it would talk about, and then they actually do the research and they write out that. So it's kind of a neat idea. Wanted to share that with you guys today. Okay, have a great day.